We've got the dramatic body cam footage from police in that deadly shooting at the Walmart, Evansville. And we've also got some snow in the forecast tonight. And what should you do if you can't get to sleep at night? We have 16 things that you can try tonight if you have trouble getting sleep.
I wonder if mine's on the list.
Okay, we'll check that out.
Probably not.
All part of your 10 o'clock on a Friday night. Hope you've got fun weekend plans ahead. Felicia and Angela and I will be with you here for the next 10 to 15 minutes. And Felicia, I guess we need to start with the weather because I think everybody's hearing, wait, snow?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Let's dive right in with this update, Angela. How bad is this going to be?
It is not going to be bad.
Good.
Okay.
Unless you don't like snow at all, and then it's going to be bad because we have some Sunday snow in our forecast. We're not expecting much, an inch, maybe two. And we talked about this during the early. This isn't what you're going to see in your backyard because a lot of it's going to melt and some of it will change over to rain. But what will fall, an inch, maybe two. The timeline 3 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Sunday. So if you don't like to travel, don't like to drive on wet roads, don't like to drive if it's snowing, just do everything you need to do on Saturday. There'll be a little sunshine tomorrow, but a cold start, 27 at 8 a.m. Saturday, 32 midday, and high temperatures 35 to 40. It will be cold enough to support a snowy start on Sunday, but you can see temperatures do climb and we get that changeover to a little bit of rain. Hour by hour timeline shows this arriving after midnight. So if you do have Saturday night plans, you're going to be fine until about midnight or so. After that, the wintry mix starts to arrive and should be all snow close to sunrise on Sunday through at least mid-morning. Here's where we could see it, start to stick to the grassy areas, maybe bridges and overpasses, and then it changes over briefly to rain before back to a few flurries Sunday night into the early part of Monday. But the beginning of an active weather pattern, if you follow, they call it weather Twitter. They call it weather Twitter.
Why'd you give it a side eye like that?
Because it's people like to throw out snow maps that are like 10 days ahead.
Right. And usually they're huge snow amounts, right?
Right. And then by the time we get close to the storm, then it's like nothing.
Okay, right.
And on Twitter, everyone's an expert. So all of these meteorology degrees start popping up out of nowhere.
Okay.
Weather Twitter. But so you might be starting to see some buzz on social media about Wednesday's storm system. We have our eyes on it. We're looking at the latest analysis. I've got data coming in now. It does appear to be a more significant storm system than what we're expecting on Sunday, but track and temperature are key.
Sure.
And the strength of the storm.
Right.
Does it have the potential to bring us some snow? Yes, and we'll keep you updated.
Okay, there you go. All right, we'll get back to Angela coming up in a moment. We do want to talk about one of the stories we've been covering all afternoon, and this was this police update out of Evansville. As we reported, Walmart in Evansville, there was a shooting last night, an active shooter situation, and today we were able to see for the first time, Felicia, some of the police body camera video, and I want to go ahead and play some of that so you can see. So police heard there were gunshots inside the Walmart in Evansville. So this is a police body camera, an officer, one of 70 that were there at the Walmart. They heard about this shooting that was inside. They spent about 12 minutes looking for the guy that was firing shots. And at one point, the suspect ran out of the Walmart, opening fire at officers who then fired back.
Down.
So at this point, the suspect is now down and has died. Police say before they showed up, the gunman went into a break room, lined up employees against a wall, shot one of the female employees before taking off to find another man who ran away. An employee named Heather helped the victim get into a room. They locked the door before the suspect came back into the Walmart.
I have no doubt that he was going back to finish what he started, and we would probably have a dead victim today instead of one that's alive. So in my eyes, I think Heather Moore is an absolute hero.
So police are telling us tonight that the suspect targeted these employees, saying he'd been arrested for battery last May. Apparently there were protective orders filed against this gunman. He was shot and killed by police last night, and our sister station in Evansville talked to the victim's mother. She told us that 28-year-old Amber Cook has life-threatening injuries but has been talking at the hospital. We just rarely ever see police body cam video from police so soon after a shooting. I mean, we got this at 3:30 this afternoon. The shooting happened last night at 10, and dramatic video. No police were injured, but the gunman was shot and killed last night by police. Just amazing to see that video and how scary that is for police when they're running into gunfire.
Yeah, it's stunning. It really paints a scene of what happens with our first responders, what they're up against, and of course the victims there at work, just going in for a regular day of work and something like this happens. I mean, geez Louise.
Right. There's going to be more on this story, obviously, as we learn more details about the gunman, and we'll keep an eye on the victim who was flown here to Indianapolis. We'll keep an eye on that. All right. So let's bring Angela back and talk about sleep. I don't know about you, but I have a heck of a time sleeping. How about you, ladies?
Yeah, you said you're not a good sleeper.
I'm not a good sleeper. I don't know what that is. My wife would tell you the reason I'm not a good sleeper is I'm listening to podcasts all night because I put my earbuds in and I play it really low.
Maybe that's it.
See, that's what lulls me to sleep. And I keep it like barely on, and then eventually an earbud will fall out, and then I'll wake up and I'll put it back in. And I know it's a problem.
Yeah.
It's a problem.
It is.
So anyway, I have trouble sleeping. I don't have any trouble getting to sleep. It's staying asleep. So
I think that's age.
It could be.
I mean,
age.
I have always been
I
have always been a very, very good sleeper.
Yeah.
But I'm the same way. I can go to sleep, but if I wake up, then it's a little tough going back.
It is
to sleep.
tough. Okay, what
it's
about
not
you?
restful.
Yeah.
Well, I'm an excellent sleeper.
You are young.
I get a grade A++++.
Really? Okay. No problems falling or staying asleep.
I can understand what you're saying. I do feel like as life progresses, things just start happening and things just start popping up. I will say, and I'll let you go through the list, but these days it depends. Like if I have a little bit more on my mind and I'm feeling a little stressed or anxious, I feel a little bit more sensitive to that than I have in the past.
Right. So Felicia found this really interesting article on Yahoo Life, and so this is their tips. They ended up talking to some experts, and I'll go ahead and put a post in the comment section the full story so you can go ahead and read it. But here are the 16 top things that you can do if you are having trouble sleeping. Okay, so you can journal. Incorporate journaling into your evening routine. The expert said, look, the mind is busy thinking of things causes a delay in initiation of sleep. Plan your next day. Think about before you go to sleep, plan your next day so you're not waking up and your brain turns on and you're trying to figure out what am I doing tomorrow and what time is that?
Oh, yes, that's the worst.
Yeah. Listen to a bedtime story. So this is how I fit in. Okay. The bedtime story is my podcast. Okay, so that's what I do. But trouble is I'm continuing to listen to it at 2 and at 4 and at 6.
But you don't want to listen to the podcast of the top 12 things that you're doing wrong. Like you want to listen to the bedtime story that's like Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall, Humpty Dumpty had a great fall.
Or Sounds of Ocean.
Yeah, that's what they mean by bedtime
story. We're going to get
story.
to that. All right, have a small snack is what they're saying. So like a slice of turkey, hard-boiled egg is what this article recommends.
In the middle of the night or before you go to bed?
Well, just before.
Okay.
Yeah, like a pre-bedtime nibble is what they're saying.
Okay.
Take a warm shower. That apparently can be a good habit, according to the article. Good way to get the muscles to relax, priming your body for bedtime. And all right, using the lavender lotion.
I do love the smell of
So my wife has got a bottle of lavender spray, and she'll like spray it around the room. I don't know if it helps or not.
Is that for you or for her?
Maybe for the, well, I don't know. Good point. A mild stretch or some gentle yoga was suggested as a way to unwind before you get into bed. Don't look at work emails. And dim lights.
Oh, Angela, you don't do this. Don't you sleep with the light on?
Well,
We sleep with the TV on.
I got the TV
well,
going.
that's a light. That leads us to number 10.
Right.
Yep, sorry.
No
No
screens.
screens. That's a big screen too.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry, do you leave it on all night or do you wake up in the middle of the night and cut it off?
It's on.
And is the audio on too?
Very low.
Very low.
Because you have to remember, again, my husband has tinnitus, so we sleep in a wind farm, so we have all sorts of fans to drown out.
All right. So you're watching TV all night. I'm listening to podcasts
Yes.
all night. Meantime, Felicia's sleeping like a baby.
Yeah, I'm
A young baby.
I'm listening to Teddy snore.
Here we go. We'll go to number 11. Adjust your thermostat. They're saying again, according to this expert, anywhere between 60 and 72 degrees is like an ideal temperature for sleep.
64.
I'm 67. How about you, Felicia?
I'm more like 70.
Ooh,
Okay, that's a little warm
Yeah.
for me.
You guys
You're
are a little
also too young.
cold.
You also are young.
You guys are a little cold. Maybe my blood circulates. Still circulates.
It's better than ours.
We do this at our house. White noise machine. Turn on a white noise machine.
I should get that.
We've got 2 levels. My wife likes it really loud. I like it kind of soft. So
How can you hear it with the
You
AirPods?
have podcast.
How can you hear with the AirPods in?
Good point. Good point. Let's see. Here's another one. So get cozy. That was all about like what you wear in terms of.
I'm like,
you
what
know.
does that mean?
Yeah.
Oh, a good pair
Or
of pajamas.
what does that
Yeah.
mean? It has a lot of different meanings.
Sure.
Point your clock away. And this is something
True.
I'm glad my wife keeps it on her side of the bed, and it's
Good.
kind of away from me, so you're not seeing the light. All right, get up. If you've been lying in bed for more than 30 minutes
Get
and
up.
you're just as wide awake, get up, do something relaxing according to the article, like reading, meditating. Then when you start feeling sleepy, go back to bed and try again.
Okay.
Get help. is what you don't see here.
Number
That's
16.
number 16.
That's
So,
the best advice out of it all.
Get help.
Get some help. Get the therapist
call a
help.
sleep
okay.
study, do something. So what do you
Mine's
think,
not
Angela?
on there.
What was
but
yours?
Again, I don't have any trouble going to sleep.
Right.
It's waking up. So I count backwards from 100.
Oh, there you go.
And if I mess up, I start over. So if my mind starts to wander and I'm not focused on the counting,
okay.
like 100, 99, 98, and I wander, I go back to 100. 99, 98, 97.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, I was
Probably a version
like,
of counting sheep.
yeah, I was like, what do you mean when you mess up? Because
Well, if I start
2
to-
will always come after 1.
True. But I'm just saying,
Yeah.
if your mind wanders, then I start over.
Yeah, that's a good advice. What
I
about
could
you,
see that
Felicia? Anything that you do to try to?
sleeps.
The best advice on there was get help. Call the therapist
Oh,
now.
somebody.
No, what stood out to me was a blend of like the top 2.
Yeah.
The 1 and 2, it was like journal and plan out your day.
Right.
So sometimes I just have like a list of all the things that need to get done. And so for me to write that list down,
Yeah.
it's like then I'm not recycling and I'm like, oh, I can't remember. I don't remember. I hope I don't remember not to do this or
Yeah.
to do that. I hope I don't forget. You know, I don't have it swirling around. I can put it
like
down and just be like, okay, today is today, tomorrow's another day.
Good. Yep.
Today
like
is
that.
today.
All right, let's see. Ashley says a box fan is amazing.
My husband has both.
Let's see. Monica wants to know, what do you listen to on the white noise machine? You've just heard it. It's kind of like.
It's really, really
Yeah,
obnoxious.
Yeah.
What? You could do oceans or
Well, no, that's another
piano
way. Yeah,
music
you could do
or
that. Yeah.
Yeah, ours is no. Ours is loud.
Monica
Like,
also sleeps when it's 68.
Okay.
Anastasia prefers a cold bedroom.
Yeah.
Glenn says set the alarm clock before you go to bed. Renita says my thermostat is 69. Teresa says 65.
Okay.
And then people are wondering more about the snow.
Sure.
So
I can tell you more about the snow.
and the
yeah.
snow.
It's not a big snow. It's
Right.
just inconvenient.
Yeah.
You know, especially if you like to go to the grocery store or do your errands or whatever on Sunday, and you just don't like to deal with the snow at all.
Right, right.
I do everything that you need to do tomorrow because we do have some snow on the way for Sunday. It isn't a lot. We're going to call it an inch or 2, but that's not what's going to end up. Sean always likes to call this. You compared what is falling or what has fallen to the snow depth. And we could end up, with an inch or 2 that's falling, but the snow depth may be less than an inch.
Because the ground is too warm?
The
or
ground
what?
is warm, so we're going to have some melting, we're going to have some compaction,
Yeah.
and we're going to have the fact that this does mix with and change over to some rain.
Yeah.
But just be prepared. Early start on Sunday, there will be some snow around. If it comes down fast enough, could briefly coat the roads, the grassy areas, before it does change over to a little bit of rain.
Okay, and then, if you're paying attention to weather Twitter, about next
social
week's
media
storm,
weather.
hang on to that because it's too early to think
too
about what may happen on Wednesday.
Yeah, if you believed the analysis tonight, it looks like a fairly decent snow on Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah, don't
That's
worry
if you
about
believe tonight, but things may change.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, don't worry about weather Twitter, all that noise, that white noise. Just listen to Angela. Angela.
Yeah, don't let it keep you up tonight.
No.
Don't let it keep you up. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Hope we haven't put you to sleep, but we'll see you tonight at 11 o'clock in 45 minutes over on
Or
Channel
maybe they
13.
do.
Or maybe they do.
Yeah.
That's right.
Nighty
yeah.
night.
Have a great weekend. Good night.